middle class, it's no longer about tinkering with tax codes. You see, until now you've tinkered. I think 97 stood out as a budget because, to be fair to Mr. Chidambaram, he sort of broke with convention. He went ahead and drastically...
But he raised resources. VDIS was raising resources.
Yeah, no. The point I'm making is that the middle class wants to see something which is far greater than just tinkering with tax, with taxes.
So the taxes are directly linked to consumption. We need to stimulate consumption to improve our growth rate. And the middle class, if you look at, the wealthy people, they have obviously their dividends and coming from the companies that they own, which is taxed at relatively low rate compared to global levels. The stock market participants have very low tax rates, so they can earn. If you're a salaried employee versus an investor, retail investor who's only focusing on making bulk of your money from investments, you are better off doing that than being a salaried employee. So I think the salaried employee in India is penalized relative to everybody else. The rich people getting dividend income, the investors in the stock market, and the poor getting
for a long time. Now they're saying we need some payback.
This is actually generally true for the real economy, I would say. Because even when you're talking about private investment, I think one of the reasons private investment is also suffering is that a lot of corporate treasuries, let's say family offices, they are taking to financial investment. They're not setting up real businesses anymore. They're not investing in the real business anymore.
Okay. But it's also the psychological impact that Shankar spoke in that anecdote. There are people, you go across Maharashtra to say, you're giving these Ladki Bahin benefits, what's there in it for us? And they're so stark and you're down this slippery slope. Just look at the way the Delhi campaign is being run. It's my freebie versus your freebie. And, we can call some of the freebies welfareism, and they should be called welfareism, but a number of them are just straight cash handouts.
Yeah, and the middle class is actually being neglected.
No, but they are paying for it also. There's a sense you're paying. And this government has put cess after cess. If you can't put tax, then get a cess in. I mean, I know state governments that are upset over this. Saying, look, we are not being, our elbow room for taxes is limited because of GST. Plus the center gets its revenue through cess. Where do we lie?
Quick break. The middle class is crying, apna time kab aayega? Let's see whether it happens
Hamara time
or not.
kab aayega? We are all middle class. Rahul, you must make the case that Rahul Kanwal is middle class.
That's a bizarre, people can see through what's happening. That's a bizarre suggestion for anyone to even remotely think that Rajdeep Sardesai is middle class. It's not, that is not the fact.
No, let's define it financially. More seriously. What are we defining the middle class financially? Because otherwise you throw these numbers of, we have a 300, 400 million.
Somebody who predominantly gets their income through salary.
So he gets his income through salary.
Yeah, but it's also the salary that you have. No, if, for example, the rebate is for those who are paying,
so give me
who are getting
7.5
lakh rupees, Rajdeep, per year, not per day, per month. Per
middle
year.
Class is
that is the middle class definition. Rajdeep's looking at daily.
7.5 lakhs per year.
I'm saying that is how 7.5, 10 lakh rupees. That is typically where the rebate is.
And it depends. It's also graduated depending on where one lives. So, for example, 10 lakhs may not be enough to live in a city like Bombay.
So basically defined by the surplus that you have at the end of the month to invest or save or consume or to experience things. That's all. I mean, you could be middle class in Udupi with a decent salary, and with that same salary in Mumbai, you would be bloody poor.
Can't live in Mumbai.
But it doesn't matter.